Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we're talking about the Moog Minimoog Model D app, which is exceptionally good in my opinion. Okay, so this one is more or less, this is a little video about a couple of little things that are going to make life a little bit easier for you guys. A couple of tips and tricks, just some info really, that might not be initially so obvious. So first of all, it's about the preset packs here. These are all your set. You can see I've got the preset packs, the IAPs installed now as well, so I'll be demoing them very soon. But if we first of all go to classics here, we can choose a sound. People say, well, how can I save favorites? It's a bit weird. Well, it's dead easy, really. This little button here, if you initially hit that, it'll say save the active preset as Chariots, which is that one. So any adjustments you make, you'd have overwritten that if you'd have saved that. However, if we long hold this, let's create a new bank. Now we can save a new preset in the existing bank, okay? But let's create one called favorites, okay? And create. And then we can go into favorites, but the sound we've chosen elsewhere will still be there. So if that is one of our favorites, all we need to do now is just tap that, save the active preset. Yes, it's Chariots, and it's added to our favorites. Now, if we long hold that, we can delete it, we can share it, or we can rename it. But if we delete it, it will still be in our classics patch. Okay. And then long holding this will allow you to do what you did earlier. You could create a new bank, or you could set up an initialized preset and start from scratch. So then now you can go back and whatever you put into favorites, say from here, say crispy pad. If you like it, just go to your favorites there. Let's go back to favorites and just tap that and crispy pad save, and it's saved in favorites. And that's how you do that. That's really easy. Another thing was some of these sounds that you will play, they will cut off. They won't sustain, and it doesn't really matter which ones they are. But if you're finding it you can't like let a note ring out, let's just switch that delay off. So delay, go to effects, turn that off. You'll see now here down here you'll see decay. If you switch decay off, no matter what you do with the decay time, it won't make any difference, okay? Just switch decay on, and then you can make adjustments with it like that. Okay, so that. Okay, so if you're wondering why you can't get your sound to sustain, because it can be a little bit confusing because they don't have like a release in the loudness contour in the envelope. It's slightly different. That's all it is. Okay, so moving swiftly on, let's go back out of effects and go back to our patches. What else I wanted to say now? So I created one called Doug's Bank, and I created this other patch called the Classic TX. So I'm going to rename that to just Classic Lead. And save. So these two I created here. This one and this one. Now, just like the original the Moog Model D, the way even the new one, where it goes is down here where you have your LFO rate. Let me turn the modulation wheel up a little bit. Is where you set your speed. If you want to change that to a different waveform, what you used to do on what you do on the original hardware is actually pull that knob out. But if you go to settings here, you can choose the LFO waveform and just hit square, and it'll be so. And you go back in and just. Because they've made it like the original, they wanted to do it exactly like the original piece of hardware. So you could actually copy patches. And if you go into YouTube, choose Moog, Minimoog Model D patches, you'll find some great ones that you can actually copy, and it actually sounds exactly the same. It's great. Here's another thing, right, as well. the legato stuff and the polyphonic stuff as well. Also, it's 4-note polyphonic, but this is in mono mode. So let's see if you can see. If we go into settings here, we'll see that this is set on legato. Okay, if you set it on re-trigger, what this will do is every time you can hold a key, but every time you hit another key, whether you're holding another key or not, will re-trigger the envelopes. Okay, so you'll get this effect. So if we go to, actually sounded exactly the same, didn't it? I'll try it on my keyboard. Oh, there you go. So it re-triggers it separately instead of letting it glide through as normal legato would let you slide through the notes smoothly, sort of thing. And again, this is where you go your polyphonic. So that's how you do that. Again, this is self-explanatory. If I had my little plugged in my C board, I could use it's full MPE controlled as well. But basically, guys, that was really all I wanted to show you. Just a couple of little things that are going to make your life easier. If you go to effects, also the bender. This is lively effect. Like a rich, thick chorus type thing. Oh, I'll show you if you've turned it off, actually. Lovely. You guys, so let's have a look at the looper, right? So the looper is easy to do. All you need to do is just basically just hit record and start to play. You can play anything you like. And then you can, if you set this to overdub, then you can overdub any other different sound on there. So it's kind of a looper, you know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't personally use a looper because I like to record into DAWs. However, you can. And because this is a UV3 as well, you can set that all up everywhere else. So I think basically that was it. I just wanted to cover sorry about that, just a couple of the little things. The arpeggio, again, is obvious. The bender is like a nice, rich, thick, chorusy thing. Sounds excellent. The loop is self-explanatory. We can exit there. Play just lets you expand this keyboard and gives you like a slightly bigger control. If you look, it expands the actual interface so you can see a little bit more of what's going on. However, it does hide the controls here for having glide switched on and off, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very cool. I will, of course, like I said, I've gone on for 10 minutes now with this one, but it was really just the tips and tricks and a couple of things of how to do this and how to do that. Yeah, I mean, it's very cool. If you like it, there'll be links in the description anyway for the Minimoog Model D. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys later.